Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Green Pill Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jeffrey. Kat is here as the other co-host. Today, we're going with a very, somewhat controversial topic. Normally, we do try and keep things open and honest, but steer clear of certain topics. And here, as a group, we do allow them. This episode is called Sex Talk.
Had to go there sometime.
Exactly. And we're calling it Sex Talk 1 because maybe we'll go there again, or maybe not. Maybe this one's going to crash and burn, and it's the last time we try it. Let's see what happens.
We try to keep this basically not family friendly, but normally I watch my language kinda, and we agreed that for this one, I don't have to. So way to
Exactly.
fucking go. All right. So what
Exactly.
are we talking about here?
So, a lot of things come with sex. Sex is it's not trivial. I think anyone who's had sex for the first time knows it's not trivial. And there is a groove to it. And one of the things that we will be talking about in a future episode, which is not generally sex, but in general, you should use enthusiastic consent. But assuming you have that enthusiastic consent, what comes next? First and foremost, there are different ways of doing it, and understanding that some people are no go on those ways and being respectful if someone doesn't like something, and also being respectful if someone does like something and you may not want to do it, but think about how much they would like it if you did. And I know this may come off as someone saying, oh yeah, well, blah blah blah, anal. No, I'm not saying that. Anal is not what I'm talking about. In fact, cunnilingus, giving a woman head, is one of those things that a woman may really like or may really not like because culturally or thoughtfully, she just thinks it's a little weird for you to go
Some
down.
women get skeeved out.
Yeah, some women do. And respecting both of those things, respecting a woman that wants it and respecting a woman that doesn't want it, and not pushing her to do anything, but accepting that she has her needs and respecting her needs.
Also, here's asexual community. We love you. Ain't nobody trying to
Absolutely.
persuade you to do anything, to not
Exactly.
exist how you exist. You are valid. We see you. We love you. Y'all do y'all. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I just want to have that out there because I know
Absolutely.
that a lot of people try to, it's all about meeting the right person. It's all about you. You're not really that. Shut the hell up. Okay. So the ace community is entirely valid. And if you want to skip this episode, just go and skip it and we'll see you later. All right.
Perfect.
So there's that. The biggest thing about sex, to have it or have not or don't have it, is it's about communication, I think. And I know people who for them sex is can just be bodies. Way to go. Just unzipped bodies. This feels good. Let's go. And then we can go back to our lives and not think about it. And you know what? If you are wired that way, good for you. I am personally not wired that way.
No, and honestly, neither am I.
I've
I'm one
tried
of
to be wired that way. I actually gave that a
oh,
go,
really?
and I am just not wired that way.
I
So,
I think, what I've experienced in my life is had a friend that explained to me what demisexual is, and I think I am demisexual.
yeah.
Is I need to have that emotional connection. If you're not a friend as well as a girlfriend, I'm probably not really interested in going there with you until I feel that I can trust you and have faith in you.
99.9% of my life, I have been exactly the same time, the same way. I think maybe once or twice there has just been that weird
Mm,
unspoken
hmm
chemistry
hmm
with this other person, and it's palpable.
Right.
And you just sort of look at each other, and as the second no one else is looking, you just sort of attack each other.
Right.
And but that's a look, read the room, y'all.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I mean, I'm one of those people that I'm not about the sex if I'm not feeling close to you already. And I know my boyfriend is one of those people who would like to have the sex as a way to feel close to you.
Mm,
So that's been a thing that we have navigated.
right. And that actually goes into a not necessarily all men or all women thing, but a very
Oh, yeah.
commonly men may see sex as a showing of love, whereas women see it more as a value add. Not they don't they still like it, but it's more of a value add, whereas a man may see it as like, well, if we're not doing this, is that really love? And I bring this up because I personally went through something like that, where I just wasn't getting that physical intimacy, and I felt less of a person because I didn't feel like I was truly loved. It's not a question of this being, a requirement, but if you're in a long-term relationship and you're committed to each other, you're basically saying, I'm not going to get this from anyone else. So what am I supposed to do? And it is essentially a very difficult thing. But, and here's where I want to be very clear, you have no right to it. You always must respect that someone has a right to say no. Men and women both. Men should say no when they can't and don't want to. Women should say no when they can't or don't want to. That's okay. And be ready for it. But when it is happening, enjoy it, because it is a way of showing love and it is a way of showing pleasure and sharing pleasure. And it can be a great thing.
Whoever came up, you ever hear the saying sex is like pizza, even if it's bad, it's still pretty good? I resent that on
Mm,
behalf of both sex and pizza.
hmm.
Okay. There's also, I'm a New Yorker and we're snobby about our pizza. So first of all, there's that. And second of all, look, if somebody feeds me bad pizza, all right, I'm I'm not satisfied, but I'm also not hungry anymore. So now my stomach is all full of something that wasn't satisfying. So I can't go and eat something else that might be satisfying. So no, my time has completely been wasted by
Hmm.
a non-satisfying experience.
Hmm.
And plus there's calories. So
Right.
no, I reject that notion of bad sex is okay, bad pizza is okay.
Right.
Shut up. It was some man who came up with that with
Yeah.
that sentiment.
No, communication though is key. You got to
Yeah.
be able to express. It will go so much better if you express. I know that may be difficult for some of you. For the young folks, it may feel weird to say, I want something, but it goes a long way. And for the others that are hearing their partner say those things, respect. It's coming from a difficult place. They're telling you their deepest, darkest secrets. It means something to them. Be nice. It's
Yeah,
that
no,
simple.
you have to be able to say a little to the left, please,
Exactly.
and not feel self-conscious about
Right.
saying it. And then you have to trust that the other guy is going to hear you and
Exactly.
listen to you.
Exactly. And it goes both ways. You have to be confident to say it and feel free to say it. And you have to be confident to receive it, to say, you're not sucky. No, it's just, I want you to be even better. You're good, but I want you to be better. That's what it really is. It's to be better than just good.
It makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. And a lot of times it can be the cornerstone of a good relationship. Because honestly, sex drive it's the first thing to go. When I know that I'm not interested in you, anymore, that's the first thing to go.
And that has been Sex Talk, folks. We hope you enjoyed
Part
it.
one.
Part one. Maybe another part. That's Green Pill.